Hello, and welcome to Listen Up. I'm Mario Rossi. We all have something that drives us, something that provides us with a moral compass. And for some, religion is that answer. You might be surprised to see the religions we found here in the Midwest. And even though religion can sometimes bring people into conflict, religion can also bring people together. In Omaha, 3 different religions unite at the Tri-Faith Initiative. It began as just a conversation about a shared parking lot, but it soon became an instance of 3 different religions operating together: Judaism, Islam, and Christianity. The 3 Abrahamic faiths represent something truly groundbreaking in the Midwest.
I love Omaha, Nebraska, but you don't necessarily think of Omaha as the center of the world. And this is one of those times where to think that we're moving this agenda forward for the world is absolutely exciting. If you want to go back to the roots, and one of the things that's always stated when they give talks about Tri-Faith is to say that we're all children of Abraham. It begins the conversation. People want to know, how did the connection begin, or where do we trace our connection to? It's easy to say, well, when you say you trace it back to Abraham, it helps in that understanding. We all buy into the program or buy into the idea of the links or the brotherhood to each other. I think that there are some people on the outside, because of political situations, who may have issue, and hopefully with any of us, and hopefully that the educational aspect of Tri-Faith will move us past that. I think that the only way with groups of people who may have issues with each other, the only way to really understand each other is to sit down, talk, and try to become colleagues and friends. You have friends who you don't see eye to eye on politically or socially or anything like that, and this shows that there's no stopping people. You can work together in any situation, and that what's really important here is that people are people, and that we can each advance our own agendas, but we can also advance an agenda together. As far as when we're all on one facility, and we also have the Tri-Faith Center, the opportunities are endless as to what we could do together. I think that the momentum is building, and that come back in a year, or come back in 2 years, 3 years, and I think that what you're going to see with Tri-Faith is just revolutionary.
Temple Israel was the first to make the move. They built a new temple just west of downtown Omaha. The mosque is set to be built this spring. As for the Christian church, its congregation will soon decide whether or not to be the 3rd faith in this triad. Now, a story that doesn't come from the mountains of Tibet, but very well could. We hit the streets of Des Moines to chat with an Iowa farm boy who became a Buddhist monk.
Yeah, I was raised evangelical Protestant, and up through my 2nd year of college, I was still contemplating the ministry. Then I was ordained about 17 years ago as a Buddhist monk. It's very much, our practice is very much about taking care of your life moment to moment. So I'm a Buddhist priest, and people that come here look at me in a certain way, and I realize that, and they have expectations, and many of them are based on false assumptions sometimes. I had misconceptions about being a monk. I thought that I could just be a monk and I could have this contemplative life. It isn't what I thought it would be. People in general who think that we worship Buddha, that Buddha's a god, and we're not a theistic religion. We don't have a god in Buddhism. I forgave Christianity in my mind. I was blaming the behavior of some people for Christianity, and it's just like we do most famously now. We're blaming we're blaming Muslims for the behavior of some people. You know, and that's what's going on now. Everything changes. That's the definition of Buddhism. And Buddhism is not something that requires you to be a Buddhist. You know, that's what I've found in my life, is that the people that I connect with from other religions particularly are ones that have a contemplative aspect to their practice. So, you know, my life is an attempt to stay engaged. Don't waste time. There's no time to waste.
Whether you worship in a mosque, temple, church, or not at all, it's important to look beyond your own beliefs to understand others. In the Heartland, some are making great strides to do just that. On our next podcast, we'll chat about misconceptions in religion and how they're being addressed. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast, check us out on Twitter and Facebook, and visit our website for all the latest content from the Midwest at urban-plains.com. Special thanks to Plymouth Church, Temple Israel in Omaha, the Des Moines Zen Center, producers Amanda Horvath and Grace Wenzel, videographers Janet Eccles, Kenny Schwartz, and Cameron Johnson, and reporter Marissa Daly.